Hi, I'm Sandy, and here today to lead you through a gentle 8 to 10 minute practice focusing in on the lower back. So I emphasize gentle, that we do go slower, and I encourage you to be very mindful and tune into what feels healthy for your own body. So I might be leading you through something, and if you don't feel it's the right thing for you, feel free to modify. And the lower back and the neck have the most range of motion, the most mobility. And so understandably, they tend to do the most work when we're moving our back, and thus become more prone to becoming sore or even injured. So the first step in managing that, especially for the lower back, is understanding how the movement patterns of the back and how to integrate and create better core strength and awareness so that we work with the back wisely. Okay, let's begin by laying down on your back. So laying down on your mat, take your feet wide off the sides of the mat and take the arms up overhead, coming into a pose called starfish. And take your feet pretty wide, take the arms pretty wide, make yourself as big as you can. And then close your eyes and focus in on your breath, inhaling and exhaling. Bend one knee and then the other. Draw your knees in and just round out your lower back. Just take the knees in a figure eight pattern. Circle them out to the right and then roll back over your sacrum and circle them out to the left. And you can feel with this movement pattern a little bit of pressure on your SI joints on either side of your sacrum, and that can feel kind of nice. A little bit of self-massage. Bring your feet back down to the mat, feet hip width apart. So feet, knees, and hips all in the same alignment. And we have natural curves in our spine. We have 4 curves, 2 lordotic and 2 kyphotic. And they're important that we keep those supple curves to help us maintain our strength and stability. In the lower back, it's lordotic. You can maybe slide the palm of your hand underneath your waist, and that's a natural curve. It's neutral. And we're going to work with 3 positions in the lower back just to bring awareness to that. So begin by pressing the small of your back into the mat. So that's a backward pelvic tilt. Feel how your abs have to work to do that. And then come on back into neutral. And then go the opposite way. We're going to lift the belly up. This is a forward pelvic tilt. It always feels a little uncomfortable for me the first time. Come back to neutral. Let's exhale into the backward pelvic tilt. Press your waist into the mat. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, forward pelvic tilt. Good. One more time each way. So exhale, press the small of the waist into the mat. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, lift the belly up. And into neutral. Good. Bring the knees in. Hug your knees one more time. And I'm going to roll to one side. Come on up to sitting up. And come into sitting cross-legged. Now, if this is not comfortable for you, if it puts strain into your hips and back, you might want to have a pillow or a bolster or a blanket folded up, and you can sit up on them. And that just helps you to keep the lower back in neutral, what we were just practicing laying down on our backs. So let's have your hands on your knees. If you don't need a bolster, you don't have to use one. Come into finding neutral and feel how your lower abs can brace and give you a little bit of support to find that position. And then do your forward pelvic tilt. So lift the belly forward, increase the arch in your back, and maybe look up with your eyes, squeeze the shoulders back. And then exhale back into neutral. Sorry, that's an inhale. And then exhale and round your back, leaning back. Inhale back up to neutral. I'm going to turn sideways so you can maybe see this a little better. So inhale, forward pelvic tilt. Exhale. And inhale, backward tilt. So just working with those 3 positions, right? One more time, lifting the chest too. Exhaling, very tall, lengthening out of the spine, and then exhale, backward tilt. And come back up to tall. Good. Back to, just going to sit facing forward. You stay where you are. The back moves in 8 directions. Forward and backward, forward flexion, back extension, side bending, twisting, and compression and decompression. Compression is what happens when we're upright all day and there's pressure into each disc. And that's a healthy thing. It stimulates bone density. Decompression is something that's also important, and we don't get a lot of that. So we're going to try to focus on that a little bit here. Take your left hand down to the mat. We're going to reach up with the right arm, bend your left elbow, and come into a side bend to the left. So feel that nice opening into your right side, your right hip. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, side bend over. So feel that side bending and feel like you're decompressing the spine a little, taking a little bit of weight off the lower back. Inhale, back up. And one more time. Exhaling over. Inhaling up. Bring the right hand down. Open up with your left side. Reach up high. And then come on over to your side bend. Inhale, back up. Exhaling over. Inhale, lift up. And exhale. Each time, see if you can go a little farther. How is this feeling? Inhale, back up. Bring your hands onto your knees. Sit as tall as you can. And again, brace the lower abs. And then use your hands to help you twist. But feel the twist not so much in the lower back. See if you can find it in your lower ribs, your mid ribs, your upper ribs, in your shoulders. And don't turn your head too. Let's give the neck and the lower back a little break today. Inhale, come back to the front. Use your hands to help you twist to the left. Squaring the chest towards the left. Inhale to the front. Exhale, twisting to your right. Inhale to the front. Exhale, twist to the left. Good. And then come on back into the center. And just extend your legs down the length of your mat. Again, you can stay sitting on your bolster if that feels better. So come into neutral here. So remember those three positions. We're going to take the palms of the hands, reach up above you, and pull the lower abs in again. So your lower back is in neutral. There's a little curve, not a big curve. And then come into forward flexion. So we're going to lean forward with our chest. And not much of a backward pelvic tilt. Still trying to keep neutral. Your hamstrings are talking. And bring your hands back down to the mat and now come into your forward flexion. So this is a backward pelvic tilt like we practiced on the mat. Feeling that roundness in your back. Now, if you know flexion is not good for your body, then feel free to not do this. But for some of us, this is wonderful. Inhale, come up. Take the hands behind you, fingers facing away. So starting in neutral, and then squeeze the shoulders back and come into a forward pelvic tilt with your lower pelvis. Inhale, back up to neutral. Exhale, come into your forward bend. Going slowly, mindfully. Inhale to neutral. Exhale, back extension. And then come on back up. Just bring yourself back down to the mat. Going to cross your left leg over your right leg and take your arms out from your sides. Come into a little bit of a twist here. Go a little further, go a little further. Depends how this feels in your hips and your lower back. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, twist to the left again. Inhaling up. Exhale, maybe a little farther each time. And come on back up. Press your waist into the mat and change your legs. So right leg on top. And start by coming over to the right. Good. Inhale back up. How's that feeling on the first one? If it felt okay, go a little farther each time. Yeah. Inhale back up. And one more. Exhaling over. Lovely. Come on back up to the center. Unwrap your legs. Draw the knees into your body again. Let's come back into that backward pelvic tilt. And then we'll bring the feet to the sides of the mat. Let your knees touch. Lift your chest and pull the shoulders under. And just come into symmetry with your body. And try to keep your lower back in neutral. So there's a small lordotic curve there. Take a few breaths with me. Inhale through the nose. You can close your eyes. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it all out. Let go of some tension. Relax your shoulders. One more breath. Inhaling. And exhaling. Bring your knees into your body again. Hug them. Rock on your back or do that figure eight. Easing the lower back. And then roll onto one side and use your hands and your arms to press yourself back up to sitting up. Take your time. And I thank you for sharing this practice with me today. Namaste.